Dr. Rodriguez, call pediatrics. Dr. Rodriguez, call pediatrics.
I've been watching you. Was making bets with myself to see how long it's going to take for all this stuff to get knocked over.
Am I that obvious?
Only to the trained and observant eye, yes. What are you worried about? I replaced the meds that you took. No one's going to know if they were ever missing.
I still don't understand why you did that for me.
I lost a patient a long time ago because of a similar kind of drug operation where someone was putting bad meds into the system.
Well, that sounds like an interesting story.
Maybe. Maybe one day I will tell you. This thing never stops going.
What is it?
You're starting Siobhan's autopsy.
There's a little snag in the med situation.
Okay, I'm listening.
You put back more hydrocodone than I took out.
No, I counted. There were 2 bottles that were missing.
Well, I only took out one, the one I had you analyze.
So what are we saying here? That somebody in the staff is helping themselves?
Well, either that, or it was a random steal, or somebody from the drug ring,
Or maybe the cop that's working the case. No, on faith or on wishful thinking?
Lucky did not take those pills, and I did not take them for him.
Your faith in him is really something to behold.
Oh, you think I'm being naive?
No, I think you're being loyal to a fault, which is an amazing quality in a person. It's a shame you guys couldn't make it. Though I am willing to bet that somehow you are still holding out hope.
Come on, he just lost his wife.
His child and his father, and he's going to try and hold tight anyone who's close to him.
Well, it can't be me. Not now.
Nor should it ever be. What I just said, I didn't really mean it. Well, okay, well, no, I did mean it. It came out a little bit more judgmental than I intended.
It's all right. You're not the only one in this town who thinks Lucky and I are the poster couple for unhealthy, codependent relationships. And you know what? You're all not wrong.
Well, that's brutally honest.
No, it just got to the point where it was ridiculous. Even Lucky and I couldn't deny it. And that's why we're not together anymore. Among other things.
Well, Lucky could do a lot worse than have you at his back as a friend.
And you have done your fair share of watching my back.
Yeah, well, I knew he was the underdog in this situation. I understood that.
Because you feel the same, or?
Because in my family, being treated like an adult, or as an equal for that matter, is pretty much impossible to come by.
Well, you have my respect. And I could do a lot worse having you as a friend, which I'm starting to realize you actually are.
Hey, if you insist on acting like a child, I suggest you take your whining and check into another hospital.
Nice.
I grew up with a perfect sister. Always compared, always came up short. It's exhausting, I know.
Yeah, well, hopefully things like that, it's not going to change.
John, this is fascinating. You know someone on the team?
I might know somebody on the team.
They've been
Yes.
trying to crack that for decades.
Yes, since '76.
Wow.
Elizabeth, hey, do you know where I can get the results of Siobhan's autopsy?
The results from Siobhan's autopsy aren't back yet, but it shouldn't be long.
I'll wait.
Dr. Neal, call 938.
How are you holding up?
Dr. Barbara Neal, call 938.
I appreciate the lack of suspicion and accusation in your tone. It's refreshing.
What happened?
Oh, nothing. You know, Dante came over. We were talking about everything that went down, all the drugs that were in my system, and Lulu walked in. She was less than supportive.
Maybe just shocked.
No, it was more than that. I mean, she wouldn't even hear me out. My own sister doesn't believe that I was shot up. She basically called me a liar and implied that I was heading out to score.
I'm sorry.
She's with Aiden, by the way, so he's fine. And then I guess Matt probably thinks I'm using too. I mean, he bailed me out with JT, but I haven't taken myself off the case, so I'm sure, you know, that speaks volumes to him.
Actually, Matt came through again. He replaced the pills that I took for you.
Oh. Well, that's above and beyond, but I'm sure he was just doing that to cover for you, you know.
And for someone else.
What does that mean?
I only took 1 bottle of hydrocodone, and there were 2 bottles missing. He replaced both of them.
And naturally, you think I took the other bottle, right?
No, God, no, I didn't say that.
No, you don't have to. I've got enough accusation in me to cover for everyone.
Dr. Fryman, call radiology. Dr. Norman Fryman, call radiology.
I'm not accusing you of taking pills. In fact, I told Matt you didn't do it.
Sorry.
I know how hard you've worked to stay sober, and I'm gonna do everything I can to support you.
Yeah, I don't know if I deserve that with everything that I put you through.
Lucky, all those years ago, I did not handle your addiction very well. And when Jason was in surgery, I started thinking how things could be different if we had the chance to do them over, if we could just erase the mistakes and erase all the pain and the tragedy. And then I realized we would just make different mistakes because we can't escape who we are or what's meant for us.
Wait, is that what's meant for us? Pain and tragedy? I mean, is that what you're saying?
I think it's easy to find. Being happy takes work.
Sometimes. I mean, when I was hanging out with Aiden today, the way he was smiling and laughing, that wasn't work. It was so easy to truly just be happy in that moment. And to think that we all were like that. I mean, what happens? Do we work to complicate everything?
Nurse Weber. Was there anything unusual? Okay, thank you. That was the autopsy.
What did it say?
Siobhan did not die of natural causes.